Hey guys, today I want to show you my tier list of PvP classes, specs in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I play by myself as sub-rogue, so that's my choice. Usually I would say a good choice, but let us go into the tier list that I want to show you today. The tier list contains everything, DPS, tanks, healers. So everybody should be able to find something that he likes to play. Every class is there. Yeah, some classes are not very well in PvP. Some classes are very well in PvP, doing very good. But the good thing in Wrath of the Lich King Classic is definitely we have an S tier, but we have also very big A tier. So I think should be something possible to find for everybody who likes to play PvP. Mostly for sure we talk about arena PvP, but for sure it does also count for the normal PvP experience, because today we don't talk really about team compositions, we talk about the classes single by single. Let us go into it. I show you here directly my complete list, so you have time to watch over it while I'm talking. I want to start with the D tier. The D tier is the only tier that I would say it makes no sense to play these classes if you are, or these specs, sorry, these specs, if you are, if you want to play PvP on a certain level, if you want to have fun, if you don't want to lose just to your opponents because they have better specs and not because they are the better players. All of his classes have another spec in higher tiers, so definitely my recommendation is if you like or love to play one of these specs in a D tier, maybe in PvE or maybe even in some battlegrounds or whatever, but please use a different spec if you play arena and if you want to win more games than you lose. We talk about, I make it here quick, we talk about Arcane Mage, Blood Decay, so the tank spec, Combat Rogue, Protection Paladin, another tank, Demonology or Demo Warlock, and we talk about the Holy Priest. Like I said, all of these classes specs have better rankings in other specs, better tier lists crates, but yeah. So if this is one of your main specs, if this is your main specs that you love, still I cannot recommend it for PvP. Let's go quick to the C tier. I want to talk a little bit more about the A and S tier, but so let's make it quick here. C tier, Protection Paladin, so the next tank showing here up, Fury Warrior, so nearly Warrior is completed, we only have one spec left. Assassin Rogue as well here, only one spec left, and the Survival Hunter. Also these classes, C tier, I mean, if you are very awesome with it, if this is your main spec, if you never want to play something different, then and you have maybe a good composition, arena 3 versus 3, maybe you can do it, but as well, not really high recommended these classes. We start with the B tier, where I would say here are we beginning that you can have fun, that you can have success with these classes against the same skill level of players. If you are if you are a top world PvP player and you just want to play Fury for fun because it's your old character or something like this, yeah, you still can do good. But if you play against the same level, then you have definitely disadvantages against other player on the same level if you play something on of the C or D tier especially. B tier, the Beast Hunter. Definitely very good possible to play it, especially with some combinations. Frost Decay, Fire Mage, because also very high burst potential. The next healer that is showing here up, the Heal Shaman, and also the Enhancement Shaman is here in this tier list. Let me look something quick up. because I think I made here a mistake to be, oh no, okay, we'll let it like this. Yeah, so 2 shaman specs are here inside. Definitely B tier is playable, so don't think about changing the class, the spec, if this is one of your main specs. Yeah, maybe if you want to go to worlds worlds level, then you have problems with these classes. They usually are not played on tournament level, but we all play. Usually 99.9% of the players are not playing on tournament level, so nothing that you should really care about. If you have fun with these classes, if these are your main spec, go for it. Try to even get better with it. Find a perfect composition. There are good compositions possible with these classes, especially in 3 versus 3 arena, and then yeah, that's what you can do. So let us go to the A tier, and like I said, when you see only the A tier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different specs are possible. We just had right now, if we count D, C, and B tier together, we only had 5, 9, 6, 15. So yeah, more, definitely more, but 10 possible specs are in A tier. That means you have a lot of options in War of the Lich King Classic PvP, and that makes the add-on so awesome for PvP player. So let us start with the Marksman Hunter. Definitely the best hunter spec in the game. What is awesome about it is it has a lot of burst, can reset his abilities, can also disarm the enemies. So very good spec, go for it, nice to play. Feral Druid have a have good crowd control, and they have good things to survivability. You know, you can also go into the beer, so you can also be kind of tanky, and just that makes them very good to play. But they also have a good high skill ceiling about all the swaps that you have to make between cat, beer, and maybe even a second going into the heal spec. Affliction Warlock, what should I say about it? High damage, sustained damage, damage over time, so damage. Enemies, your opponents usually have problems to deal with a lot of damage, so go for it. Nice to play. Also not that hard to play. That doesn't mean it has not a skill ceiling there, definitely, but it is damage. Elemental Shaman, yeah, what makes them so good? It's definitely they have they have the knockback, they have a big burst damage, so yeah, they are just awesome when you go for burst. What could that be? Burst is possible in many classes, so you have a lot of options, team options that you can go for it. And what makes the class so good is, especially in the not so high rankings, I don't know, let us say less than 2000, less than 2200, the people have often problems to handle big burst damage, and that's what's the Elemental Shaman bringing there. Resto Druid is the first healer that is in a very good tier here at A tier. Yeah, what it has a lot of HOTS, it has the Cyclone, so it's just a very good mix about being able to heal, being able to CC, that makes them just overall well-rounded. Then we come to the Unholy DK. So yes, DK also has a very good spec for PvP. Yeah, it's just it has just a good damage. The Summon Gargoyle, Desecration, Anti-Magic Zone for spell protection. Some nice things. It's yeah, it's a nice class to play. So if you are a DK player, definitely the spec that I recommend you the most. Then we come to Shadow Priest. Yeah, Shadow Priest has surprising amount of abilities to in their toolkit. They have nice crowd control with Psychic Scream or Psychic Horror. They have mitigation skill with Dispersion, and yeah, they have good damage. So you can control the enemy team very well with a Shadow Priest in your team. That makes them so strong, and also can go in a lot of compositions. Retribution Paladin or Retri Paladin, yeah, you know, they have good burst, they have survivability, so they can go for also a lot of combinations. Just overall a good spec in PvP. I'm not sure, I don't know exactly about the other add-ons, but I think Retribution Paladin is always a nice PvP class because of this burst potential and also his stun, divine shield, and so on, bubble. Then balanced druid, burst, damage, burst, damage, burst. That's all what I can say about it. Nice to play, easy to play, damage, and let's go. Demon Warlock, yeah, what should I say again about it? High burst, a little bit different than the Affliction Warlock. It's the burst potential. Affliction Warlock maybe makes a little bit more damage, but the burst potential is definitely higher with the Destruction Warlock. So as well a good choice. That leads us at the end of the day into the S tier. I guess maybe when you watched the video you were already knowing about the S tier, so what should I tell you about it? These 5 specs, Sub Rogue, Arms Warrior, Frost Mage as the damage ones, Holy Paladin and Disci Priest as heal specs, they will be the classes at the end of the day that will dominate the most, especially when they are played by the best players. They are just well-rounded in everything: damage, crowd control, survivability, engage, disengage. They are, yeah, every one of them has also a little bit of a weakness, sure, yes, but at the end of the day they are the S tier, and that's very well defined. I guess less people would argue about it. Maybe we will see some changes in this tier list during the seasons, especially because it's a different time. It's 15 years later. So yeah, maybe a B tier spec will be an A tier spec. Maybe an A tier spec will be a B tier spec, just as an example. Possible, definitely, especially when it's a very good player who plays the spec that is changing upwards. But also these 5 specs are usually well known for being the best PvP specs in Wrath of the Lich King. Why? Because Sub Rogue, good damage, crazy crowd control potential. You can really dominate the enemy team just by CCing. You know, Zap, Blind, Cheap Shot, Kidney Shot, all these things. It's just crazy what's going on there. If you are not prepared for it, you will just die without being able to do anything. That's the Sub Rogue. Holy Paladin, yeah, what should I say? Awesome heal. He wears plate, so he also is a little bit more tanky than the other ones. Sacred Shield, Beacon of Light. It's just awesome, well-rounded healer. Arms Warrior. Do you need an explanation why Arms Warrior is in the S tier? It's from the first day till the last day of World of Warcraft. Arms Warrior will be, I think always was S tier, maybe was one time A tier, I don't know, but the heal reduction is just crazy. Also has other tools, but at the end of the day it's about burst and heal reduction. And then Disci Priest, yeah, Disci Priest, what they have is they have the nice option to go offensive and defensive. Yeah, they also have a weakness when they are getting too hard into the melee and they cannot really come away anymore from the threat, but definitely they have a nice potential, especially when they are played by a very good player, to swap very good between defense and offense. They have a nice damage potential as well. And last but not least, Frost Mage. Also Frost Mage, I think, yeah, RMP, Rogue, Mage, Priest, as always. Mage, crowd control, damage, especially here also burst damage with his ability, with his shadow combos. So that's it. They will definitely be the best classes. I don't know if one of the A tier classes could break into the S tier. I'm definitely not sure about that. We will have to wait what's going on. But right now, this is my tier list about the classes in Wrath of the Lich King, about the specs in Wrath of the Lich King PvP, especially for Arena. A video will follow about the best compositions for 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3. And yeah, that's it for today. I wish you a very good day, a good week, maybe a good start in the weekend, depending on where the videos getting uploaded. And see you guys. Bye bye. Have fun.